Hey, welcome to So Awkward. It's me, Don.
I'm Jester.
And we just saw Independence Day. Resurgence? Is that what it's called?
Was it?
There was a subtitle. Hold on.
It just says Independence.
We just saw Independence.
You're watching So Awkward. This is Freddy Krueger saying hi.
We saw the new Independence Day. And it was dumb.
It was dumb.
I mean, the first one was dumb.
Right.
Like, really dumb. And was corny and poorly written. But it was, like, concise and made sense and easy to follow. Mm-hmm. This one was just a jumbled mess.
This was a mess.
Like, the structure made no sense. But it was neat. I mean, I was entertained.
Yeah.
But I was also, like, the first half of the movie, I just had no, like, are they in space?
Right. I didn't know where they were.
It didn't seem like a logical continuation. They're on the moon, and I don't know. It was weird.
They harnessed all of the alien technology.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Then they go to that ship in Africa.
Right.
And he's like, and no one's ever been here before. They had the one ship, they say, that landed intact. They had never explored it in 20 years. Because the African warlords wouldn't let the UN come in. That doesn't make any sense. The movie makes absolutely no sense. But it was fun. There were no iconic moments in this, like, in the first one, like the White House blowing up, which they rebuilt, apparently.
They rebuilt it.
I mean, there was the big alien invasion scene where, like, basically the entire world blows up and just stuff is flying around. So they had to, like, outdo, like, the destruction in the first movie, but it was on such a grand scale that I had no idea what was happening.
Nope.
Bill Pullman's back.
Yep.
As the president.
I mean, the former president.
As the former, but as...
Celia Ward is the president.
Celia Ward, not enough for her.
I like her.
She's good. She's a good actress. I don't think this is one of her best performances. She didn't have a whole lot to do.
She had nothing to do, but I like Celia Ward.
She's good. She's a good choice to play a president.
Absolutely.
But I enjoyed Bill Pullman's performance. I thought he seemed to be acting.
Yes.
Opposed to Jeff Goldblum, who just, like, showed up on set, right?
Vivica A. Fox.
Vivica A. Fox.
Although, why?
Why? Yeah, she wasn't in it very long.
Why?
So she was a stripper in the first movie.
She was a doctor in this.
Was that because you watched it this morning? Did they talk about this?
Nope.
She's like, I'm just paying my way through med school. Was there anything like that?
I don't think so.
But anyway, she's a doctor.
Her interaction with the nurse is the only reason this film passes the Bechdel test.
I was going to ask you about that.
And I'm not even sure if that counts because they were talking about other people. Not to say that, the president was a woman. So, I mean, they were putting women in positions of power, but they did not talk to each other.
Right. Here's a tip for if you're making an Independence Day sequel. You get a dump truck, fill it with money, and drive it to Will Smith's house.
It needed Will Smith. It really did.
I like Liam Hemsworth. I think he's a pretty good actor.
I like him.
All the other young people were just awful.
Yeah.
Like the president's daughter was just a dud.
What was with her?
Will Smith's son, he was a dud. That Asian lady, she didn't even... Did she have any dialogue?
She did nothing.
She was there literally to be pretty.
Yeah.
So that other guy who was a dud could be attracted to her.
Right.
They brought back Judd Hirsch, too, from Jeff Goldblum's father. They brought back that character for some reason. And he's just driving across the country with these kids.
I liked him.
I think the next film in the trilogy...
Because there's going to be another one.
Right, they really made that clear.
Wow, did they set that up.
But the next film, it should just be the Jeff Goldblum's father living in a house with all these kids.
Yeah, I would watch that. I would.
With that dog.
With the dog.
The dog doesn't die.
They saved the dog. Twice.
Brent Spiner was back as the kooky mad scientist. And he had much more to do in this than he had in the original.
He had way more to do.
He was funny.
I thought he was funny.
I love Brent Spiner. Really liked the final fight, like, against the alien queen.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was almost like, I'm not going to spoil anything, it was almost like this is a sequel to Independence Day, but the ending was almost like a sequel to Godzilla, which was also directed by Roland Emmerich. Remember? Not the new Godzilla, like the Godzilla from like the 90s.
Okay.
That was awful. Are we recommending this movie?
Why not? It's gonna be hot. Like, go sit in the theater, eat some popcorn. So I guess I'm recommending the movie.
I'm giving it a lukewarm recommendation.
Okay.
If you're on the fence about seeing it, I mean, if you really like the original, see it. We saw it in 3D.
We were forced to.
Like there was this announcement.
Now in real D3D. And everybody in the theater just went, what?
But I was the only one who went out to complain. Like nobody else was there.
Other people went out to get the glasses.
I went out to be like, no.
Right. And then I stayed in my seat and this woman came around handing glasses and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, as I went out to complain, like there was the woman getting glasses and I was like, well, wait, this is supposed to be normal. She's like, yeah, I know there was a mistake. I was like, well, can you switch it so it's not 3D? So she's like, you have to ask at the information desk. So I went out to the information desk and I'm like, yeah, the 12:15 showing it's supposed to be. He's like, yeah, here, let me get you some glasses. I'm like, no, I don't want glasses. He's like, well, I can get you into the next show that's 2D. I'm like, well, when is that? He goes 6:15.
Oh my
God. Yeah, he's like, I know it's a ways from now. I'm like, yeah, that's 6 hours from now. So we saw it in 3D. I got a refund and he gave me free passes. Well, because I was like, no. He's like, I was like, no, I just want a refund. Like, we don't want to see it in 3D. So I go back and you're wearing 3D glasses. The movie's already started.
I'm wearing the freaking glasses.
So I was like, so what are we? You're like, whatever.
Whatever.
But get your shit together.
Get your shit together.
First of all, because there was only
I have a headache now.